While preparing to make a video of how to make this automata assembly, I found that this diagram was very useful. It surprised me. I just made it initially to sort of allow me to understand what all goes into this complex thing, but I found it useful to refer to this. Um, so I'm going to show you how I did this. So of course we start with the assembly, and we move to the presentation file, and we find the assembly and stuff it in there. And if we come back here, you can see that pretty straightforward. I just tweaked everything out at some reasonable amount, and then the cams were a little different. So the hex cam, which is on the extreme left, comes out and then goes out to the into the paper a little bit. This one, I think, the snail cam, I think, may or may not jog out the other way like this one. And these are tweaked out a different amount, and it seems to work pretty well to be able to see the cams. And otherwise, it's pretty straightforward. So let's do that. I'm going to put it in isometric direction, and then we just need to start becoming tweakers. And if we come over here, I don't remember the numbers I used, but if I click here and then click on this arrow here, I think maybe -3 was the number. Whoops. So tweak, click here, click on the arrow, and it's going in the other direction, so -3 will pop that up. And just need to keep doing that. Here, -3, and then here, -3, and here, click there, -3, okay, tweak again in that direction, only negative, -3. And why are those? Oh yeah, so that was another thing. So they rest at different elevations due to the different sizes of the cams. So I think I made this maybe 2.5. So, well, maybe 2. So it's roughly at the same height. You can see they're not at this point, which is a little bit frustrating. You can play with that if you want, but I'm not going to worry about it at this point, since we'll be able to use this diagram just fine if these don't line up nicely like they do here. So let's continue to take this thing apart. Let's click on the axial handle, and I think that was 6. Brings it out like that. I don't think that's quite enough, actually. So I'm going to make that 7, because I have to pull out the part here, the side. So let's do that. In this direction, it'll be, let's go 1. And this direction, 1. And for this one, that direction, -1. And this direction, -1. Starting to open up a little bit. And then now we can tweak hex cam, maybe -3. How about -4? Or 5. How about 5? Let's see how that looks. If we look from the right, it's clearly separated, although 4 would probably be a better number. Let's try 4. And let's tweak out the pair cam by, let's see, what did I do here? Not there, here. About the same amount. Let's go out 4, -4, like that. And you can see why I might want to tweak this one maybe an inch out that way to separate it from the pair cam, although that doesn't look very good. Let's go back up and find that hex cam, this tweak here, and let's make that 5. Pulls it out a little bit. Okay, whatever. It's not going to look exactly like this one, but that's okay. Alright, so if we turn this around a little bit, we can tweak the eccentric cam here, there. Let's go 5. How about -5? Let's see how that looks. I think that could come out more. Where is that? Yep, there it is. It's got it as 5, but I thought it was -5. Oh well. There we go. Those haven't quite separated though, so let's go a little bit more. How about 6.5? Okay. And now let's tweak this one out. Click there, maybe 4. And perhaps we can tweak it in this direction 1. Okay, you get the idea. Actually, these are bugging me, so let's go and find these. That's that follower. How about this one? This is this follower. Let's make that just a little bit more. 4? No, 2. Really have a poor feeling for the magnitudes of these just looking at the image. How about 3.5? And again, this is not really super needed, but if I believe it's this one. Oh, that's that one. Let's take that one up just a little bit more, maybe 2.5. It looks like even though you put in a negative number initially, because of the way the arrows are oriented, that it changes it to positive. So this doesn't take much more, maybe 3.2. Yeah, okay, I feel better about that. Okay, so there it is. And let's save this. It's a presentation file, so I've already made it with this name, I think. Maybe, I don't know. So there's our presentation file. Now recall how this works in Inventor 2018. We want to come up here and capture a snapshot view. And there it is. And yeah, I suppose this might be interesting. Maybe a little too long. We'll worry about that later. Let's just make the drawing. So we can come over here to the snapshot view and right click, create a drawing view, and it asks us to pick the drawing template. So let's pick it there. It's going to crunch away. So this will be, I'm just going to call it Automata Assembly and Automata for the assignment. Today's date. And here, it's kind of a funky scale here, but I think we want that orientation to remain the same, so we can just maybe increase this, make it bigger. I think we want to make it bigger than that. Let's see what happens there. That almost works. So let's, dealing with this A-size paper, we have to have these weird scales because we want things to fit. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Did not want to do that. Oh, okay. Let's do that again. Yeah, I'm not gonna put this stuff in now. You can put it in though. So I think one that worked well here was something like 0.45 to 1. So I'm going to go with that. And I'm going to move it over to here. Give it some color. And that, yeah, I think that shows it well. So let's go to the Annotate tab and Parts List. And then we'll retrieve the assembly. And we'll put it up here in the upper right-hand corner. That's where we have open real estate. Now we had been using sort of a backdoor way to get rid of this description column, but here's the way to do it. Just do that. Apply. Okay. Let's make this, pull this back there so we don't get any word wrap. And there's our parts list, and I questioned whether this would be all that useful, the balloon identifiers, but actually I found it useful. So let's go ahead and make them. It's pretty crowded on this size paper, but that's what we have to deal with. Okay, this one's going to be a little difficult. I'm clicking, left click, right click, OK. And then this reminds me that I have several different pieces of the box. They're not all, yeah, some have holes, some don't, even though they originally were similar. Okay, so I think that does it. And to remind you, in case you forgot, to put the information into the title block, you go up to Grizzly EDP and just double click on field text. Or at least last time I did this. Okay, the balloon was still selected. Okay, so Automata assembly and Automata, today's date. And save. We'll keep it the same name as the assembly, or sorry, presentation. So this can help you perhaps keep track of everything. When we make the real automata, which has bushings here and we'll have different details, this will be very useful. So I prefer to export a PDF because then it just looks, I like the white, bright appearance. So there it is. I think the first one was better, but this one will work. So you can see kind of the lines as it comes out. It's showing them, which may be useful. So there it is, exploded assembly drawing for a full automata assembly. Thanks for watching.